Yeah, it's been psychological warfare, what's been done to us these past 18 months. And you've had experts in these fields coming out of organizations like SAGE, Behavioral Insights Team, and of course, Tavistock. And their full time job is to manipulate the human psyche. It's what they do. And they're very, very good at it. And so they've been using things like this technique known as confusion marketing, which is used in the advertising industry. And that deliberately bombards the consumer with conflicting messages. So they're told one thing 1 minute and something completely different the next, which is the polar opposite of it. Sound familiar to
Yeah.
anyone? And this is what's being done to us now. The government will tell you one thing 1 minute, we're not going to jab 12 to 15-year-old kids. And the very next day, they'll come out and say, actually, we are. And they know exactly what they're doing. A lot of people think it's down to Boris Johnson being this bumbling oaf and it's the government being incompetent. They're not being incompetent. They're just following the script that's being given to them by these behavioral psychologists and these sick, demented freaks coming out of Sage and these other places. And that's what's being done to us. And I think a lot of people have just been holding tight, hoping that things will get back to normal, thinking that if they wear their mask, take their jab, stand in line behind the bits of tape at the supermarket, do everything the government tells them, then we can get back to normal. But it must be slowly dawning on people that it's not the plan for things to ever get back to normal. I don't think any of us expected to be living this way. And the interesting thing is that I've been researching all this stuff for 11 years myself. And I realized that when you look at somebody like your dad who's been doing it for 30 plus years, that's not very long, but still, 11 years is what it
It's a
is.
long time, yeah.
And even with all the foreknowledge that I had of these groups and networks that run things from behind the scenes and preside over every aspect of our lives, I never imagined that they would go for it in the way that they did in early 2020 and throw everything they've got at us. And it does speak of desperation on their part. It does speak of them deviating from their normal way of doing things, which is in slow, steady, incremental steps. So, if anything, I guess we have to draw some optimism from the fact that they appear to be panicking and they appear to be worrying that they're not going to get all the pieces in place for where they want to take things in time for 2030. They've overreached, overplayed their hand, and it's going to be their downfall.